Live from the Slackers Sports Bar Studios. This is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
With a chance to steal a game they had no business being in.
Yeah, fair.
Clickbait's going to clickbait. And it would have been, I've only the pass that Fred Warner tipped, had it only been 6 inches shorter, lower.
Magnum Dom.
Magnum Dom.
The great Fred Warner intercepts that pass, and it's even funnier this morning. But nonetheless, your clickbaits, your Dallas Cowboy clickbaits, come all the way back from down 27-10. How the hell were they ahead 10-6 at the half? Just get run off the field in the third quarter. The Niners lay down, and all of a sudden, the Cowboys, for the first time in the entire game, show some urgency, come back, have a chance to win, only to shit the bed in the end, and the clickbaits get beat.
I mean, it felt
26-20.
Felt a lot like Baltimore. Felt like San Fran. Got a little cute. Then, kind of let off the gas a bit there late in the fourth quarter. And, Dallas found themselves with the chance. But I always felt San Francisco was going to win that game, even when they were down at the half.
Right. At no point did I think the Cowboys had a chance to win until that last drive. I thought they'd be – don't piss me off. Because, I put a tweet out last night.
What was that?
What a joke they are. I guess
Hey,
I can look it up.
Yeah,
I didn't want
up.
that. People would have been like, oh, see there, dude. See, because people like to overreact to one game. Even if they had come back and won last night, I stand by this tweet.
All right.
Mark my words, this locker room is about to implode. I tweeted this in the third quarter.
Okay.
Let me start again. Mark my words, this locker room is about to implode. It's been mentally weak for going on 3 decades. The names and faces all change, but the culture is a corroded mess. They BS their fans on the regular. Nothing that you haven't heard me say.
Yeah.
And had they come back and won that game, a bunch of their little little cowboy wiener slurpers would have been, this tweet doesn't have legs, or whatever people like to say. This didn't age well.
I'm stuck on wiener slurper.
Sorry.
I'm stuck there.
Ass slurper. Let's go with that. Does that make you more comfortable
No,
if I say ass
I'm
slurper?
comfortable with both.
Comfortable with that second one.
Yeah.
Even if the Cowboys had won last night, I stand by that. The culture is dog shit. They don't deserve victories, and they didn't get one, and now they're below 500, sitting at 3-4, and with a schedule in front of them that looks like 1-3 over the next 4 weeks, maybe at best, 2-2 at absolute best. This thing's going to wind up going 6-11 or 7-10, just like somebody's been saying since the beginning of training camp. This thing sucks. Dak sucks. Scott was mediocre most of the game. He's got one good receiver to go to in his defense. They actually played Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook looked like a veteran who hadn't played in a long time, You got Zeke Elliott out there, his washed-up ass.
He's terrible.
That's like those people in Houston. Those people in Houston thought that Beyonce was going to sing, but she wound up not singing at the rally for Kamala Harris, and all of a sudden they run Willie Nelson's ass out there. You know how I feel about Willie, but Willie's 92.
What are you trying to say about Willie?
Cowboys ain't got no running back.
I
love Willie.
Willie's off limits, I thought.
No, he's not. I don't allow you to draft him in celebrity death.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's the old rule with him.
Okay, gotcha.
Willie's 92. He ain't had a fastball in 15 years.
It's been a while.
Been a minute. Zeke Elliott, playing Zeke Elliott's like letting Willie Nelson play songs instead of Beyonce.
Sure.
By the way, a bunch of fans are pissed in Houston. They thought Beyonce was going to sing, and
Beyonce's like, I don't tap dance. I'll give you my endorsement, but I'm not tap dancing.
They felt like Kamala. My bad, dude. I was watching wrestling videos last night for funsies. I went down a World Wrestling Federation rabbit hole.
YouTube,
watching the Von Erichs,
yeah.
dude. I'm like, what am I? I'm wasting my life right now.
Yeah.
Stop doing this. I had to make myself stop watching old wrestling videos from Dallas.
But the old school wrestling is fun though.
It was great when I was a kid.
Right.
It was great. Anyway, so I went down that. So I was watching Kamala. The big dude.
The wrestler.
Kamala, the Ugandan giant. He'd come out there. Yeah, dude, he was from Mississippi, by the way.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was. His name was James Harris. He's a dead. And he'd come out there and he'd have his ridiculous mask on, and he'd have his big stick, his spear, and he'd go out there.
It was awful.
He'd bang his belly and click and shit.
It was awful.
It was so
It was
bad.
awful. I can't believe that was allowed. It was a different time.
It was a different time. I went down that rabbit hole last night, unfortunately, so I didn't mean to call Kamala Harris Kamala. Can I call Dak Prescott Dak Suck Scott? Can I do that? Okay, cool.
Or
We'll do that
Dakota.
today.
They had 56 yards rushing.
It's the worst running. It's the worst
56.
running core they've ever fielded.
You can't win when you have a mediocre quarterback. 56 yards rushing ain't gonna cut it because he's mediocre. He's
Right
not elite.
now, he's been mediocre this season.
Yeah,
yes.
he's mediocre right now, and the mediocre quarterbacks need a running game, which they have not. And not to, I don't even think we can beat a dead horse. Them not signing Derrick Henry, which is why the guys at the Fan got in trouble with Jerry, will haunt them for this particular season. And I don't think we should ever stop bringing it up, at least until the end of this season, because it's a glaring hole. And they knew this. Tony Pollard looks way better than everybody here. Again, I don't want to give Tony Pollard $12 million or whatever, but no, 56 yards rushing is awful.
And in Dak's defense,
It's not his fault.
he's got the worst running core they've ever fielded,
One receiver.
ever. Certainly in my lifetime. I was born in 74. They've not had a worse running core
Never.
in my lifetime.
Never.
They were bad in the early 60s when they were an expansion team, so maybe they had a worse running core in 1962, but this is the worst in the 50 years I've been on the earth, and it's not even close, and they didn't give a damn. And I'm delighted that they're paying the price now, and in the process, even further helping ruin Dak's legacy as a quarterback who shot in like a comet, stole Tony Romo's job, and has subsequently become Tony Romo, and will go into his post-NFL career as just another overrated guy because he played for the Cowboys. And it doesn't help the legacy when you've got nothing around him. CeeDee Lamb, as Emmitt Smith once said in the late 1990s, I feel like a diamond surrounded by poo-poo. You got CeeDee Lamb and nothing else.
That's it.
Ferguson can't get going either
thought
because he's
Ferguson
easy
was
to
the
cover
dude.
now. Well, they don't have enough guys to help any. No one. CeeDee's elite, so he's able to still get open despite everything. Ferguson's an okay tight end who needs other threats so he can get to his thing. When they had another decent wide receiver last season, he could get open to do his thing. Maybe when Brandon Cooks gets back, maybe it'll open up Justin Ferguson a little bit more. But right now, it's CeeDee Lamb and a sack of shit. That is the Cowboys' offense. They get annihilated last night in the third quarter. I don't know how they had the lead. They get outscored 21-0. Dak Prescott throws 2 more interceptions and probably should have had a third or even a fourth. He is the first Cowboy with 2 interceptions in 3 straight games since Troy Aikman did it in 1992. He got sacked twice, and he was just mediocre, inaccurate. It's still the same old Dak. 3 or 4 really nice passes, and then 2 or 3 just junk balls that no NFL starting quarterback should throw.
Well, in defense of Dakota, when you have no running game and you only have one wide receiver and you're behind because your defense is bad, you have to take chances sometimes, and sometimes those result in interceptions. Like, sure. I get it. Like, if you have a great defense and you have a great running game, you live to see another down, throw the ball out of bounds. But when there's no help coming, there's no help anywhere to be seen on that sideline, sometimes I got to take a couple chances. Now, those chances sometimes result in interception. So he has to try to make plays. And so it's going to result in, Brett Favre threw a shit ton of interceptions. Eli Manning threw a shit ton of interceptions. For whatever reason, Dak's interceptions are a little bit more highlighted than anybody else's because of who he plays for, and that's a part of the gig, but he has to take some risk or they'll never score. They'll be punting all game.
And he
should throw the ball away sometimes, but hell, what's he supposed to do?
If you were going to field this shitty of an offense around him, you should have released him. I know that may not make sense, but it's like,
but they believe in it. They do.
If you're going to roll with that as your offense, you're just not even going to you're not even going to try to bring Tony Pollard back, and that's fine. But look how you replaced him.
Right.
You know, you just let wide receivers walk for nothing. You let good cornerbacks walk for nothing.
You tell us, no, we don't want Devontae Adams. We don't want Amari Cooper back.
Yeah. Dak's
We don't want Derrick
immobility.
Henry.
Right now, Dak's inability to run and
That
make up
too.
for no offense.
He's turned into somewhat of a statue, which is crazy to me because
It's
he's
the foot.
athletic.
It's that old
the
foot.
leg or
Yeah,
whatever.
It's that old leg. It still bothers him. He still has to get treatment on it to this day. It's never going to be the same. He'll be limping at 55. Because he is so limited in options, he's got to be able to run the football, but he can't. And so this is why they're one of the major reasons why they're 3-4. But again, you know, and then so when things are going well, it's fine because they've had a lot of good talent in the last 5 years. But when things don't go well, then that's when that shitty culture they have as a company shows itself. Whether it's some dumbass comment on a podcast or some idiot post on Facebook or some jackass
jump
getting
off if you want
upset.
to.
That kind of thing. Or we even saw more of this last night. The implosion of the locker room. Guys showing their mentally weak fortitude because of the culture that thing has. But the old man who is the reason the culture is what it is, he just sits up there inscrutable and as powerful and as rich as
Got
ever.
$1 billion.
And you got $12 billion.
Yeah.
And that don't do.
Well, I'm sorry, I make $1 billion a year.
That don't help me on the field because there's a salary cap.
Right.
And here we are, 3-4, and I couldn't be more happy. They deserve to have this happen.
3-4 isn't bad for
They
what they're
deserve
dealing with.
They deserve this.
Because when I look at the teams they lost to, other than the New Orleans loss, because of what New Orleans has turned into, looks like a bad loss. But Detroit, Baltimore, those are two teams that I don't think I don't think Baltimore can beat the Chiefs. We've seen that already. But
right,
those are two teams that could be in the Super Bowl. So 2 of your 4 losses are against Super Bowl contending teams.
which means you're not.
I'm trying to find some type of positivity in this darkness of hell.
Well, hopefully Brandon Aubrey will have a fun day as the juror in his court case.
He's still the best player on the team, looks like.
Him and CD.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Now, the one thing I will get on Dak for.
Although Aubrey fucked up a kickoff last night.
Yeah, he did.
So anyway.
The one thing I'll get on Dak for, the last possession, the last drive, if you know, no matter what, y'all are going for it on 4th, why on 3rd and 10 do you throw a go route to Turpin, a jump ball to Turpin that probably Turpin should have caught it, hit him in the hands, but why not get 4 or 5 yards, throw to the check down, get 4 or 5 yards, and make 4th down a lot more manageable? 4th and 10, unless you're playing the Chicago Bears, is almost impossible. So why not, if you know you're going for it on 4th, again, Turpin should have caught the ball, but I'm thinking if I'm Dak, because I call the play if I'm Mike McCarthy, there's different routes that you could go to within that play. Why are you throwing the go route on 3rd and 10? Why not get 4 or 5 yards and go to 4th and 4 or 4th and 5? Makes it much more manageable, and we still got over 2 minutes left in the game to matriculate down the field. I don't understand throwing a go route to Turpin on 3rd and 10.
They had plenty of time. I just wonder if, because like CD Lamb single-handedly got them back in the game last night, thanks to some busted coverages. There was one where they just forgot to cover him because the one guy went the wrong way, and Collinsworth pointed that out. And then the other one, 2 dudes run into each other.
Yeah, that was it.
What I think was, in the moment, San Francisco's defensive coaches, they made adjustments right there, and they kind of helped take CD out of the play, but Dallas doesn't have many more options, and so it created a panic effect, and they had plenty of time. They didn't have any timeouts, but they had 3 minutes to play with, including the 2-minute warning, and they panicked their way to 4th and 10, and throwing jump balls to 5'7" guys.
Should have caught it.
They don't have enough talent. They don't have good coaching. They don't have a good culture. They're never going to have the culture. And so the talent and coaching has to make up for the shitty corporate culture that they have. But it's just not enough. It eats itself, man. This is an organization that just eats itself with all of its issues. Everything's got to be perfect or it's going to fall apart. And they're not the only franchise that's like that.
No, there's a lot of them.
But they're on national TV every other week, so they're America's team. They're America's punchline. They're America's reality.
They're all of that.
They're all of those things.
And the thing is, when you type your salary cap into guys like Dak, CD, Trayvon Diggs, and pretty soon here, Micah Parsons, those 4 guys have to perform at the highest of high levels because you're going to be dealing with rookies and low-paying guys everywhere else. And unfortunately, other than CD, 3 of your 4 don't perform. Mike is not even out there. And when he is out there, he ain't doing shit. Trayvon's getting beat. Dak looks mediocre. So 3 of your 4 guys that are eating up all of your salary cap aren't doing what the big money guys are supposed to do. And then you have 3 and 4.
Welcome back to the show, Jason Elizondo. Good to have you back in here. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Well, he has his own pod. He can go listen to it.
I know.
Puma has a great podcast. You can go listen to Puma's podcast,
Puma
Jason.
texted me the other night.
Shout out to Puma. I mean, he has I forget the name.
team.
What's the name of his pod? Whatever it is, I want to plug it. Go listen to Puma's podcast if you're Team Puma, Jason. Why? If you're Team Puma, go listen to his pod. You don't have to be here.
Well said.
He has a great podcast. Puma does a great job. Great graphics and everything.
Listen
Knows
to
his
both.
shit.
Listen to both.
Or just go over there.
Or go over there.
I'm cool with it.
It's fine by
Get
me.
your fucking shine box. Fuck out of here. Give a fuck who team you on. Go perform. Go watch that team.
I did not create a us versus them.
Puma has a great
that's
podcast.
Not on me. I didn't create
great
that.
content. Get your shit and go listen to it.
I did not create this. I hate this team whatever bullshit.
The Sports Cave. Yes.
I've never
great job.
participated in this team thing. Team Mike. It's like, what is this, Twilight series?
It's
I
like
know.
Ja Rule and 50 Cent. People feel like they got to pick a side.
But I didn't create that. And by the way, Sam messaged me the other night and said, "I'm sorry to hear about your mama," and I appreciated that.
Because here you were adults.
Correct. And I replied, "Thank you, brother. Miss you." He didn't reply to that one. Sorry about
He didn't say miss you too.
No.
What up, Puma?
It's all right. What's up, George Renteria? 16 months celebrating as a member, which, by the way, we have a members-only show coming down today.
Yeah, right.
It drops. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, yes. Well, I hope you have time because we're doing a members-only show today.
Whatever, LG.
I declared it as 33% owner of this company. We're doing a members-only today. It's
We have to. You got on a great-looking shirt.
Oh, thank you, man.
I like that shirt.
Appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. This came up in the rotation today. I thought I'd dress decent. Nah, it came up. Actually, I'm glad you asked him. I'm still glad you noticed my shirt. I was hoping you would. Let me brag about only spending $10 on this shirt.
Hey, that's
$10, baby.
It's not the shirt, it's the band that's in it.
Thank you. I bought this shirt. There's a little place. There's a men's clothing store. It's one of those consignment places. It's like gently worn clothes, and it's really nice. It's in Alamo Heights, and I cannot think of the name.
Give away good shit.
Yeah, sure. And they had a sale going on. I got this for $10. Couldn't pass on the sweet deal.
No, they give away good shit over there in Alamo.
George is in here. I hated when Mike would shit on the boys, but man, I got to start agreeing with him. These Cowboys need so much work. Upcoming games are brutal. Yeah, they absolutely are. Totally brutal. The next 4 opponents for your clickbaits in the whole Atlanta.
In Atlanta?
Mm-hmm. And then they play the Eagles, who are getting their stuff right, the Texans, who are just cruising, and those Washington Commanders. And Dan Quinn and all those former Cowboys want to shove it right up there.
He's going to eat Mike McCarthy alive.
He is going to eat. Dan wants to kick Jerry Jones' ass.
Yeah,
I think Dan respects Mike. And he may very well eat Mike alive, but it's not personal. I think with Jerry, it's probably personal. Remember, Dan Quinn volunteered to quit because Mike was putting up with so much bullshit from those Joneses. Mm-hmm. Renee's in here. I just got my membership. I've been listening since Jim Bob and the Sports Grind days. Thank you, Renee.
Appreciate it very much.
We've got
I'm in the building, baby. I'm in the building.
We've got a special members-only edition coming up.
Hey, you picked a great day
on.
to join, Renee.
Absolutely. All right, so when you look at those opponents, 2-2 at the absolute best.
At the best, 2-2.
Best.
So that will put them at 5-6.
Correct. So still under 500. Fast forward a month from now, and at best they're still a one game under 500. I'm not spending my Sundays wasting my time on these 52-yard punts. I'm not doing it anymore. I am ready to do some punching, though. It is in the building, partly presented by the law office of Orlando Kill. Who we punching this morning and why? I think you and I may have the same one. You want to flip to see who goes first? Because if you do
you go first, and I have a backup.
Oh, you sure?
I have a backup.
I think it's the same. A guy who I once had a jerk of. A guy that I love. I thought he
is the truth.
Well, he's another example of what happens to you when you get drafted by them.
And you get paid by them.
He was such a baller at Bama.
And he was a ball. I mean, he had 12 picks one season.
He was first team All-Pro.
Yeah.
And he blew his knee out week 1 or 2 last year.
Or was that training camp? Oh, no, yeah, it was at practice. But, yeah, it was early.
He avoids contact. That when he's on the field, they only have 10 guys that want to tackle because he don't want to tackle
the old Deion
nobody.
Sanders rules.
I want to punch Cowboys veteran corner Trayvon Diggs. Further proving what a shit show the culture is. And I keep using my Steelers as an example. Let me use my Broncos as an example then. The great Sean Payton. If one of his guys walks out into the hall with his uniform still on, because he's already checked his social media before he even takes his pads off, to confront some little squirrely-ass reporter because he didn't like some rando TV guy's tweet, Sean Payton finds the shit out of that guy and throws his ass under the bus. Not saying benches him, but there's some repercussion. There won't be any repercussion for Trayvon confronting that
Jerry
kid last
agrees
night.
with him.
Of course, Jerry would go out there and do it too. I want to punch Trayvon Diggs for jumping on some little squirrely bird-looking weekend reporter for the NBC affiliate in Dallas. Comes out in his pads.
Look at him.
There's a still shot of it. Coming out there all intimidating with his hair in his eyes. At least pull your hair back. Look at me in the face if you're going to tear me a new one. Pull your hair back.
He says, and I'm paraphrasing, all of that went on with that play, that's all you saw. That's what you decided to tweet. That's all you saw. And the guy goes, well, Trayvon, we could talk about it. No, then Trayvon goes, fuck you. And the guy goes, well, Trayvon, we can talk about it. And Trayvon says, talk to these nuts.
I support that.
I do too. Yeah. He said, talk to these nuts and walked off. I'm impressed because he's young 20s. The fact that he knows about these nuts makes this Gen Xer happy because that was a part of our childhood.
Talk to these nuts.
Like who? You know, you get somebody say, hey, man, such and such called you. And you be like, who? These nuts?
Hey, I don't necessarily agree. I don't agree with Trayvon going out there and confronting the guy, but talk to these nuts kind of made up for it a little bit because that's funny.
It's funny. But it's messed up.
But it also goes to show that
shit show organization.
you are worried about so many other things outside of your job.
Dude, how are you? You haven't even washed your balls and you worried about what people are saying on X.
That shows lack of balls.
Yeah,
Ain't got no balls to wash.
Dog, like, I know, look, these guys are highly competitive. You do not get to the NFL unless you're highly competitive and you're super talented. Like, these guys are super talented. And they're frustrated. They've won 12 games in a row, 3 years in a row. Don't look like that's going to happen this year. They've been close a few times to get into that conference championship game, but just not get there. So they're frustrated. But you can't allow this stuff in right now. Because that's when the measure of a man, when shit's going to hell. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So you can't allow me and you and the guys on the fan to get to you at this point. Right now, y'all got to stick together and let that shit just roll off. And I know it's tough because I get bogged down by it sometimes, but you got to take a shower, let the emotions go away before you come out and tell a guy, fuck you, and tell him to talk to your nuts. Come on, Trayvon. You hadn't even showered and you're on X.
All this does is open him up for shingles more criticism.
Right.
He's probably getting lambasted. He's getting annihilated. He's getting annihilated today because of this. So look what you do because you're too weak you have so much pride.
Too weak.
You're over prideful. So you go out there and you show your ass like that. And now it went from one dumbass reporter to now it's every show in the country going to throw his ass under the bus today. How you like them? How you like them nuts?
Sorry for the cussing so early.
There's going to be a million people up on these nuts.
I was quoting him. He said F you, and he said talk to these nuts.
I've already cussed, too. Every time we talk Cowboys, I cuss too much.
Right. But I wonder if Trayvon had a relationship with this guy, kind of let this guy in, been cool with this guy, and then the guy like does that. You know, a lot of times these athletes, they're reluctant to let someone in, and then you do, and then they do that to you. I don't know. I'm just wondering why he felt the need to go and tell this guy that unless they have some type of relationship.
Of all the tweets, you picked this one to go jump on this poor young dude?
I don't know. I wonder what the guy tweeted.
Stupid. Adrian Robles celebrating 8 months of membership. Mike Tay and Rudy J all day.
Appreciate it very much.
In the building. Go Dodgers. I think you meant Dodgers.
He did. When's that series continue tonight?
Tonight. So you punching anybody?
Yeah, I'm gonna punch. Yeah, I'm gonna punch the Bears DB. Since we're punching DBs, I'm gonna punch Bears DB. Tyreek Stevenson caught on tape in the middle of the Hail Mary, all the way out of the play, screaming at Commanders fans and talking shit to them, only to get beat at the buzzer. So punch Tyreek Stevenson. He should have had to take a bus home from DC. Are you kidding me? Like, I get it. You're like, oh, there's no way. But he wrote this like long paragraph apologizing to his teammates and to the fans.
At least he feels bad.
That was a disgraceful performance.
But punch Tyreek Stevenson, dude. Like, come on, bro.
He's out there yelling at Commanders fans to get on his nuts.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, hey, you're giving up a Hail Mary pass, bro. Y'all lost. Imagine him having to walk off after doing that shit, having to walk off the field.
Damn, phones are always on. He's sitting there yelling at the Commanders fan while the play's going. It wasn't even before the play.
He didn't even know the snap got off.
No.
Yeah, Daniels is literally running around.
And he's like, dog. Only the Chicago Bears. And then punched, and also a second punch for the Bears offensive coordinator for trying to dig up the bones of Refrigerator Perry and handing the ball off to an offensive lineman on the goal line, only for him to fumble it right into the Commander's belly. Like, what are y'all doing? Why are you getting cute? Who gets cute right now?
Stupid.
The Bears are stupid. The Bears suck.
Stevenson he also tweeted last night.
What'd he tweet?
His handle is Dream Chaser TY10.
Oh, my God.
To Chicago and teammates, my apologies for lack of awareness and focus. The game ain't over until zeros hit the clock. Can't take anything for granted. Notes taken. Improvement will happen. # bear down. Yeah, at least he came out and owned it. Maybe, maybe the Bears told him, get your ass on Twitter and apologize. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't.
Yeah.
Jerry won't make Trayvon Diggs do that. Jerry himself is threatening to have guys fired 1 week ago. And so it's almost like I don't want to, while I'm punching Trayvon Diggs today for doing that, 'cause he's a grown-ass man.
Right.
But it's not like a hard punch because, hell, your boss does that too.
Yeah, he just threatened guys' jobs
fine.
2 weeks ago.
That's how we roll. That's how we roll with the clickbait.
Attitude reflect leadership.
Absolutely. All right, Orlando Kell reflects ass kicking. If you need a family lawyer, it is Orlando Kell, the official family lawyer of In the Building. Hit him up if you are in need of a family lawyer. This man here has seen it all and done it all. He even had a recent case in which this poor guy had the ex-wife take the kids and move out of the country. He's dealing with that. So I've been told. If he hadn't seen it all, Rudy, now he has. So Orlando Kell's our family man. 210-775-4995, or you can directly email the man, orlandokilllaw@gmail.com, orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. Corey's in here. It doesn't matter what the culture is when you don't have enough talent, see UTSA. Point taken, Corey, but here's the difference. When Jeff does get the talent, they're going to take off and win conference titles again.
Right.
When the Cowboys have talent, they're still going to shit the bed in January. That's the difference. Massive difference. All right. We'll put one more point on this football game, and I'll be done with my points.
Yeah, I'm done.
Unless someone brings up something else later, it's fine. Nick Bosa is getting criticized today.
What did he do?
He crashed the post game on NBC last night.
Okay.
So they go to commercial, and then Tirico and Collinsworth, they'll throw it down to the field. Is it Melissa Stark? I get my blonde sideline reporters mixed up. They all look the same. And so you got whoever it is, I'll just go Stark. She's got Brock Purdy and George Kittle and Fred Warner. I think Fred Warner was down there. It was 3 guys, and they're just, talking about the win. Bosa comes running over and gets in the middle of it and points to his hat. It's a MAGA hat.
Nice.
And I don't know what he said. It didn't really pick up. And she's like, the reporter's like, Nick with a message for everybody. Anyway, and then she just goes right back to the interview. So people are dragging Nick Bosa.
Look,
for running. I know how you feel about athletes. You don't give a shit about them giving off
their like it's perfectly fine when you go to the left.
Yeah.
Like the whole NBA was left. Most of the NFL was left. Everybody's okay with it. It's like, hey, let them do what they want to do. If that man wants to support Donald Trump, that is his right.
But should he crash the postgame on live natty television?
Time.
I know. He's trying to get it out there.
Taylor Swift's doing it.
Yeah.
Beyonce's doing it.
Yeah.
I think that is Nick Bosa's right as an American
but they
to
said,
promote
I agree.
to promote
even
Donald
if he's
Trump.
crashing somebody else's thing to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm cool with it.
Okay. No, I'm not cool with it. He's just getting dragged for it. God, we're now 8 days away from the election. Y'all going to vote before Tuesday?
I'm going that right after members.
Oh, today you're going to
I'm going today. Get it over with.
All right.
Me too.
Hopefully people are at work.
Y'all. Well, I hope y'all post. You're going to post yourself with your I voted sticker.
There's a spot right here if you just want to head over there after this.
Oh shit!
You live in Bear County?
Oh yeah, if you live outside, you
I
can.
live outside the loop. I'm out.
You're in Barrett County though, right?
I think so.
Well, then you can.
I
go.
can
You're
pop
good.
fireworks,
It's county to county.
so I don't know if I can or not.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know you live far out. I wasn't sure if it was Bear County or not. No, I'm you know what, man? I'm trying to be magnanimous.
No,
here
I
in
mean,
this week. Whatever happens.
it's weird.
I think Trump's going to win at this point.
Yeah,
If you ask me to predict, but I don't say that because I love the man.
yeah,
I'm on the record saying I would vote for a jar and a head.
yeah. I know.
A jar and a head and a jar.
Head in the jar. There you go.
Yeah,
Ted Williams.
Yeah, I'd vote for Ted Williams' floating head before I would vote for Donald Trump. That does not mean I'm crazy about Kamala Harris because God knows this country has a recent track record of running out the worst damn choices we've ever had in the history of the nation. So it's almost a damned if you do, damned if you don't these days. I don't know. I mean, I would never vote for Trump. I'm going to vote for Kamala, I suppose, or I'm going to write you in.
Yeah, write me down.
No, I don't want to.
Or
I might write you
Harambe.
in. The Harambe. Oh, the gorilla.
Yeah. Oh, he died.
Didn't they shoot him?
Yeah, he died.
No, man. Joey's in here. UTSA is a terrible example this year. This is probably the deepest team coming into the season, and all these guys ate the cheese just for them to be lactose intolerant.
Damn,
That's
Joey.
funny, Joey.
That's funny.
Wait a minute. So first of all, I've been busy doing other things
What's
this
up?
year. I have not followed UTSA like I usually do. I like Jeff, but I haven't followed like the day-to-day grind. Are they talented like he's saying? I don't. It seems to me you lost Frank Harris and exposed a whole bunch of warts and weaknesses. Maybe you were overrated the last couple of years, and Frank kind of hid that
Frank
shit.
hid that shit. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm throwing that out there. That's an observational question.
You Roadrunner junkies, are they super talented and deep?
I don't think they're super talented and deep. George, you bet your ass I'm poodle. I'll address that later on, though. I'm not ready to address that at this point.
It's only been like 4 questions in the chat about it today.
Yeah, I know. I don't want things.
They're so nosy in the building, Thunderdome. Y'all are so nosy.
I'm in the middle of a lawsuit.
But the thing about it is, Mike.
Careful.
The thing about it, Mike, we're so transparent. When we're not, they're like, "Hey,
I know.
What's going on?"
And the only
so
reason
it's our fault. We spoiled them.
I'll address that. What people are mentioning today when it's
when the time is right.
It's not that I'm not transparent.
You're always transparent.
Legally obligated to not be that transparent on this particular thing at this point.
Makes sense.
All right, now this is a guy whose opinion I trust.
Okay.
21 for life HOF.
Me too.
Season ticket holder, Roadrunner super fan, goes to every game, even goes to road games sometimes. We lost Frank Harris, Cephas, Trey Moore, and others. We are a young squad this year with McCown at the helm. Yeah, they may be talented, but they're probably a bunch of babies is my guess. They'll get it righted. Jeff's got to keep his coordinators more than 1 year in a row to get back where he had it going.
Right.
And I love Jeff. I'm trying not to be a homer. I really don't know why they're not winning as much. What happened, blowing a 35-7 lead at the half is unacceptable.
Well, when you go on the run they had, eventually it catches up to you.
Maybe he won too fast, too early. I don't know.
No, I mean, it's just tough to win every year.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough to win every year.
Needs
It's
to
as
figure it
simple
out
as
next
that.
year. Needs to figure it
We're
out
not
next year.
immune to, you know, especially when you're a smaller school. When you have that much turnover,
Yeah.
it's going to take some time.
Speaking of 21-4 life, I agree. We're sitting now at just a skosh over 4.2 thousand subscribers. When we get to 5, Rudy's going to George Jefferson his hair.
Yeah.
Here's what you. If I were you, this is what I would. As soon as we get to like 4.9 thousand,
I just let it
just
roll out.
start then.
Yeah.
Because once we get to 5,000, how long do you have to do this for?
I'll
a
do
week?
it a week.
It's a week. Yeah, I can't wait for it.
Because I'm literally bald up here. So if I let it grow out, you'd be able to see. So I'm going to just let it grow out.
I'm recommitting to building our subscribers just so I could see this. Not screw money and exposure. I want to see you be George Jefferson for a week. Yeah, once we get to 5,000, Rudy's going to let the hair grow out on the side only.
LG did the Edgar and you did the what?
I don't know what did I do? I did
He
the
did a
Quinn.
weak ass mullet.
Okay.
Look, I forgot.
It needs a redo.
That's a sore spot for
I
LG.
did the Quinn Ewers. You know that she wouldn't have sex with me the entire month.
That was weak. I went full Edgar and you went barely a mullet.
Yours was amazing. I'm not. You're right about that. I told
and
the
we
guy
never,
to give
we
me
never
the.
pay off anything. That's the last thing we actually paid off.
I know. What do you call
What
that?
did y'all lose to have to
I
pay
don't
that
remember.
off?
I'm pretty sure I won March Madness, and then you won the Masters or something like that.
I need to
I won the
apologize to. I want to apologize to all our subscribers right now publicly, and
It's been a crazy year.
It's been a crazy year. We've been trying to build the thing. We all have to have day jobs. We can't pay attention to our company the way we need to, and damn it, it's time for that to stop. It's time to stop making outside jobs the excuse, and just bite the bullet. I love our subscribers. I'm getting
members.
real now. You talking about always being honest?
Excuse me.
We need to be a little further along at this point with revenue and subscriptions, and it starts now. I'm unleashing a campaign to get Rudy J 2K24 George Jefferson style. My goal is to get to 5,000 by the end of the year. You see,
Ooh, shit.
You say that, but some shows get 5,000 subscribers in a week.
In a day.
Yeah. So it's time. Jeremy G just caught up on Base Bites. Rudy, great job. Excellent.
Thank you, JG.
Excellent. I haven't seen episode 2 yet.
It's all good.
I'm
No
gonna watch it
worries.
today. No
That's the
episode.
beauty of the internet. It lives there.
I
watched it.
Oh, pop
Yeah.
on.
It's only 11 minutes.
I told
The
you.
first one was like 18.
That's what I told you. I
It's
was
a
like,
season
we just
premiere.
cut it down big time.
It's a series
I like
premiere,
that though
man.
because
Me too.
it keeps the attention
You got
span.
people's
you know?
attention
Yeah.
span. We talked about that in pre-production.
I
months.
noticed that what the editing team was doing too. They had a completely different feel for that second one.
It was more of like a hook, food, get to it.
I like the intro. I'm not going to spoil it. Y'all go watch
Yeah,
it
go
on
watch it.
aflive.com, but I like that intro that they did. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Halloween episode drops this Thursday.
Oh, damn.
Because it's on Halloween.
All right.
So we got a
I'm gonna go
Halloween
watch
episode.
2 when we
What's that? Moody Air Force Base in Valdosta, Georgia.
Damn, you filmed a Halloween episode before Halloween. Do you have a flux capacitor?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. I actually have two.
All right, it's in the building. Go watch Base Bites on Air Force Live TV featuring our very own rising television star, Rudy J. of San Antonio, Texas. By way of Tyler.
LG's Edgar's Marbach mop was fire.
It was total fire. Total fire. I've never shied away.
And it was
from
crazy because that's when we were like meeting and like about to do everything. We were just starting out. So we met at Jason's Deli and y'all walk in with these haircuts and I'm like,
Oh,
what the
yeah,
fuck is that?
yeah.
I was
We
like,
didn't tell
whoa.
you. I forgot about that.
I walk in, I'm like, what is on
Hey,
y'all's
dude.
heads?
I was trying to get the Quinn Ewers dude before he cut it. And
It was
the
funny.
guy didn't cut it enough.
Yeah, we're at Jason Deli. Y'all sitting there with an Edgar and a mullet. And I was like,
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
once a week, what am I getting myself into?
Highly unfortunate. All right, it's in the building, presented in part by Texas Cheer Liquor. Let's talk about some drinking, man. Let's talk about some good booze. Lots of specials for the rest of the
If
month.
you still have them, LG, pull up them lit kits too.
A few more
when you get a
days.
chance.
So you have a few more days left in the month of October to take advantage
man.
of the sweet wine hookups. The Athlon Sauvignon Blanc is only $4.99 a bottle for
$4.99.
the rest of this week. Well, till the 31st.
Right.
Normally it's $17.99, but now you can get it for $4.99. If you're going to have a Halloween party, I can scarcely think of a better thing to do than take advantage of Texas Cheer Liquor's specials. They got that Woodwork Cabernet on sale for just $9.99. Still Austin Bourbon and Rye, just $39.99. Normally it's $50. And you got J-Lo's Hooch, the DeLola 750 all flavors.
And if you going, another thing you
$16.99.
should do,
Kind of like her Love Life, all flavors.
Oh. That's a good one. And if you're handing out candy, take care of the adults. Go buy Texas Cheer Liquor and get all the ingredients for some Jell-O shots. You know, parents are out there walking around for 2 hours. Hand the parents a Jell-O shot or get yourself a lit kit. Pour all of that stuff up in the kit. You get a little 5-pound, 3-pound bag of ice.
Wow.
Have little drinks for, get yourself a lit kit and get some drinks for the parents that are out there walking around for 2 hours for candy that their kids ain't going to even eat. Now, my kids got candy. My teenager has candy from 2014. Like, they're not eating all that. So the lit kits are in there. There's 3 different levels of lit kits. And they've been going pretty fast. And they're only going to go fast. They're going to start promoting the hell out of those. So go get yourself a lit kit. Make some Jell-O shots and take care of the parents walking around getting 10,000 steps for their damn kids to get candy and ruin their teeth.
7 locales of Texas Cheer
7.
Liquor. 6 in the greater San Antonio area. 1 is up in Bernie. Ah, yes. Alec, hey, Alec, message me. I'll tell you what's up.
Everybody.
I know Alec wants to know what's the deal.
Everybody does.
Alec, I've got great reasons, but I need to discuss that with you off mic. So message me later. There's things going on that you don't know.
And shout out to Dale. Dale came out to the remote Thursday.
Big Dale the golfer?
Yeah.
Big Dale school.
The Dale that
Storeback?
gave you the...
Yeah. Did he have a pink shirt on?
Did he wear pink, LG?
Aqua blue.
He didn't have on pink.
Oh, my man. He wears badass. He just bought himself a little old school Porsche. And he wants to take me on a ride, but I don't trust him because he drives like a race car driver.
Hey, man, that man gave you liquor for a year. If
I
you
know.
want to go for a ride,
he
go
brought
for a
me
ride.
that box that y'all
Yeah,
all
him and Tex-Mex
the
Frank
other
and a
day.
couple other guys.
Yeah, those guys are awesome. So he brought me that box full of booze the other day, just because he knew about my mom. And you should have seen his ass flying around in my apartment complex. I'm like, man, you gonna get me thrown out of here. He damn near
What year
donuted.
is it? That's pretty cool.
Damn near 360'd in my parking lot on accident because he's.
I wonder
only
what
be
year
careful.
that Porsche is.
What is that year, Dale? It's like a 02, I want to say, something like
pretty
that.
sweet.
Yeah. What's up, Isaac? With some money up in here. Look at that. Y'all jump on. Isaac got it started. All right, make it so I don't ever have to go back to teaching again, Isaac. Thank you for getting it started. You can tip this show. You can super chat tip this show, or you can buy us coffees on the buymeacoffee.com/loveyouhardtv link. Isaac with the $20 donation. Shit. Been a long season for a bunch of us, and my Titans are officially on the clock. My Aggies, however, have been my saving grace. Elko's proving he's better than a lot of people thought he would be. Hashtag in the building.
That's a great segue for us. Because you had some Elkos. So that's
Yeah,
a great...
so-
Thank you, Isaac. It's
All
a great
right.
segue.
So I was traveling. That's my excuse. And I had a Longhorn post-game show to focus on. But so I saw the finish of A&M LSU, and I love Mark.
It
They
was
got to stay with Marcel
old-school
Reed.
SEC football. We're like us going to run it. You know we're going to run
Smash
it.
mouth
Everybody
shit.
knows we're going to run
Yep.
it, and we're going to run it.
Hopefully they're going to keep Wegman's ass on the bench henceforth.
There's no question.
Got to stay with the kid.
Yes.
So I saw the quote from Mike Elko post-game. So was he throwing Jimbo under the bus
You tell me.
on purpose? Because it did throw Jimbo under the bus. Got to get my readers on here for this. I don't want to misquote Mike Elko. Mike Elko said, quote, and I don't know if he was fired up because they just beat LSU. They've got 2 victories now over a top 10 school, which Jimbo never
And they're
did.
still not in the top 10.
Well,
We talked about AP
that
last
keeps
night.
them motivated,
Yeah.
though. If I'm Jimbo, fine. Even if I don't really care, I still make a big deal about not being in the AP. Talk about how we're being kids. You know how ball players are. Any little disrespect for motivation, coaches will use it anyway. So Elko says, "quote This is a real program. It is not fake. It is not a politician running this program, talking fast and bullshitting everybody."
Wait a minute.
He's talking about Jimbo.
He's got to be.
You know, Jimbo had that real fast way of talking.
Jimbo was there. See, Jimbo did his job. Jimbo made money. Jimbo
Snake
great
oil
answers.
salesman.
He had great recruiting classes.
Yeah.
It just never
coach for
got
shit.
over the hump.
Yeah,
But damn, a politician just talking shit.
that's what remember. Jimbo would throw that whole Saban rant, which made him look kind of shitty. Because Saban, remember a couple of years ago, Saban was talking to a bunch of Alabama boosters.
Yeah, I remember.
And was saying y'all need to step up your money because A&M just bought the #1 recruiting class in the country, and Jimbo
was pissed.
got all butthurt.
He threw Deion under the bus too. It was about Travis Hunter when he was going to Jackson State.
Yeah.
It was like Jackson State paid $1 million for Travis Hunter, and Deion was like, "Dude, yeah,
Tough
I
shit,
remember."
Coach. I'll see you at the next Aflac commercial,
Right.
which they're going to pay you $1 million to be there.
Exactly.
Saban was wrong on that. But Saban was right when he told the boosters. Even if Saban's bitching about it, the facts are A&M does have a badass NIL collective.
Right.
I mean, you should. It's part of your job. They have several NIL collectives. It's part of their job. And Jimbo's like, Saban, he's a narcissist.
Oh, Aggies are 10. They're barely
Okay.
in.
He's
They're
a
10.
narcissist.
Should be ahead of BYU, but go ahead.
And it turns out that Jimbo really was just a fast-talking bullshitter.
He won a natty at Florida State, though, Mike.
You know, I want a natty, Rudy. I'm 85 years old. And I've done nothing with my life. I'm going to continue to say that I won the national championship.
Yeah, thanks to James. Yeah, Jameis Winston won me a national championship.
Florida State ain't been shit since then.
Although, how did it end for him at Florida State? They ran his ass out of there.
Yeah.
He was going to get fired if he didn't get the A&M job. Aggies messed that up. And so far, let's get through one season of Mike Elko, Aggies. Let's not get excited. I know y'all are.
Well, they were in the natty for baseball.
I understand. No, I know. They want to be in the natty for football. And Elko's a Yankee. Where is he from? Pittsburgh or some shit like that?
Is he?
Yeah, but he's been in the South though a long time. And the Aggies have recovered from that early season toe stub. And now they got two victories over top 10 schools. And I mean, if they play the Longhorns right now, I'm not sure who wins that game. It's going to be a damn good game, though.
Ah, man.
Can't wait for it.
Well, like
The
I say,
Aggies, you know what? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Well, I like my horns. I support any and all things Texas.
I'm just tipping my cap to the Aggies. They're playing well.
I watched that fourth quarter the other night. I was sports horny for the Aggies. So thumbs up and gig them.
Now, I don't think. Again, we got 3 weeks from this. All right, we got three or four.
Yeah.
3
Longhorns
weeks
need to worry
until they
about
play.
Florida in 2
But
weeks.
yeah, they first of all, to go lick your wounds, Texas, get healthy,
Yeah.
and worry about Florida. But I'll say this about the Aggies: you're not going to be able. You're not running the ball for 250 yards against the Longhorns.
Mm-hmm.
So while I agree they should stick with the freshman at quarterback, if you think you're just going to run the ball down Texas' throat, you're sadly mistaken. That's not going to happen. You're going to be able. You're going to have. Now I don't know if you go to dual quarterbacks or whatever the case may be, but you're going to have to make some plays in the passing game if you're going to beat Texas. You're not. Texas isn't giving up 250 yards rushing. I'm sorry.
Kid can throw the ball.
Defense is too good.
He's just so inexperienced.
Yeah, defense
But
is too good. That's not going to happen. LSU isn't LSU, by the way. Brian Kelly, again, I'm not taking anything from
They're good.
the Aggies. They're good. But I don't think they are. I don't think they have those same dogs on defense. I think it's clear when you give up almost 300 yards rushing, but you ain't gonna be able to do that to Texas. That's all I'm saying.
Look up A&M's schedule here.
They got South Carolina coming up.
Okay.
Who else they play? I forget.
They don't play Georgia or let's see. Here we
They don't
go.
play
Okay.
Georgia or Bama.
They go to Auburn next.
Auburn?
No, my bad. I'm
Carolina,
way
right?
ahead of myself. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, so it's South Carolina at Kyle Field. Then they got New Mexico State and Kyle Field.
Oh, that's a little.
But that's what the SEC schools do. You schedule a patsy late in the season so you can lick your wounds. Then they go to shitty Auburn. And they play the Longhorns. There's no reason A&M should lose another game before the Texas game. At worst, the Aggies should go 10-2.
And they'll probably be in the top 12.
Oh, easy. Yeah, even if they were to go to the conference title game.
Good for them, man. That was and the blackout was cool. The all black uniforms, all the crowd. That was cool. Shout out to the Aggies.
They're great at marketing. They're great at that. All right. So, can I talk about my Washington Commanders here for a minute?
Do we have to? Do we have to do this?
Yes. That was a rhetorical question because I want to make a point here.
Speaking of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. So that was absolutely tremendous. And there was a video that went viral that we can't run because of copyright.
Right.
That's another reason why our show needs to explode so we can just buy copyright. So there's a video that went viral of former Cowboy Noah Brown.
Okay.
With former Cowboy Tyler Biadasz.
Okay.
With former Cowboy Dan Quinn watching the video of the 52-yard touchdown bomb on their phone, just going crazy. In the locker room. It's great. It's so funny that you got three dudes that were employed by the
Fowler's
clickbaits
over there too
1 year ago. Yeah.
And they're
I've always loved Dan Quinn, and I've always defended him. People bring up the Super Bowl.
That was on Kyle Shanahan. I'm sorry. I know Dan Quinn's the head coach, but Kyle Shanahan run the ball.
That was such a good team. They should have won that damn game. But Tom Brady, man, even though Atlanta, I'm not sitting there making excuses for the Falcons, except for this. Once you open the door for the GOAT, you're done.
You're losing.
Tom Brady's like one of those big-ass Komodo dragons. If you fall down, you're done.
Downhill.
Yeah, man. You ever seen a Komodo dragon eat a pig?
Yeah, they swallow them whole.
You don't think that a pig should ever get caught by a Komodo dragon because them pigs are fast, but they follow them. They catch them.
Well, once they bite you, the poison takes over in a couple
seconds. One little. You just stump your toe. You just stumble once. Komodo dragons got you. Tom Brady is a Komodo dragon. The Falcons were a very good team that year.
Right.
What was the score at the half?
28-3.
28-3. My word. LG, show the staff that Dan Quinn had with that team. I want to make a point about your boy Cliff Kingsbury.
Ooh.
New Braunfels' own coach, bro, and what he's doing with Jaden Daniels. Right now, Kingsbury's got to be the offensive coordinator of the year at this point.
Without a doubt.
Look at that coaching staff that Dan Quinn had in the whole Atlanta. Kyle Shanahan, offensive coordinator.
Head coach.
Raheem Morris was the wide receivers coach.
Head coach.
Matt LaFleur was the quarterback's coach.
Head coach.
Mike McDaniel was the offensive assistant.
Head coach.
And Jeff Ulrich was the linebackers coach, who just became the coach of the Jets because they fired Robert Saleh. It's interim, but still, including the interim, Dan Quinn had 5 future head coaches on his staff. Mike McCarthy has Mike Zimmer, washed-ass old man out there with his rosy cheeks. And I hate bagging on Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer's familia. Mike Zimmer has been to he goes back to the glory years. But at some point, I shouldn't be having talk shows neither. You know, Mike Zimmer's done. He's washed.
Sure.
I thought they would do something at the bye week, and they didn't do shit. Fire somebody, let Mike Zimmer go. But no, because there's no accountability, no culpability. The owner would rather go threaten radio guys' jobs.
Yeah, and the whole team knows your head coach is toast.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I feel like if I were arguing culture in a court case, I mean, I rest my case. There's no way a jury is going to side with the other people. Their culture's dog shit. Thank you, LG, for putting that picture up there.
Hell of a staff. They should have won the Super Bowl with that staff.
I know, but they opened up the door for the Komodo dragon, and they got eaten whole.
Tua made it through a game without dying, even though they lost at the buzzer.
Yeah, he didn't get killed.
But the offense looked normal. I was like, okay, there's the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
But it was crazy watching that game because he took off to run, and you could hear like both analysts just got quiet. And then once he slid and got up, they were like, everybody was like, "Ooh."
I know.
Like everybody,
Every
we're all
time.
waiting around for this guy to get another concussion. It sucks.
Sad. And it's scary. I mean, you just feel like you're watching a guy out there not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
By the way, you see Jerry's daughter and son got in a car wreck yesterday on the way to the stadium.
Are they okay?
So they had like 2 or 3 cars. It wasn't Jerry's car, but one of the cars. It was, Jerry takes his whole damn family to the games, and they have these caravans. One of the cars had a wreck. Charlotte was shaken up. Jerry Jr. was shaken up.
There's a Jerry
I just
Jr.?
decided there's a Jerry Jr. Yeah, he's in charge of like their warehouse and all their swag.
Dope.
She's over all the marketing. Junior's over all the swag and the merch.
Nobody mad at the nepotism? No, of course not.
Of course not.
You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? And by the way, the Lakers look great under J.J. Redick.
No thanks to Bronny James, even though they're carrying 11 players instead of 12.
It's funny that they're Bron wants him to get a taste of the road, so they're going to allow him to come on this 5-game road trip. Then they're going to send him to the G League.
Oh my God!
So he's going to the G League, but LeBron was like, I want him to see what it's like on the road.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell my road lizards, hey, my son's in town. I can't get with you this time. I'll catch you next time.
I hope that Love You Hard TV explodes so massive in the future. I'm just gonna have my kids just host shows.
Hell yeah. Exactly.
Your little one probably should for real.
Little 5-year-old, yeah, she's got it.
She ain't Bronny James. She can play in the league. She does have it. All right, thanks to Slackers, the official studio sponsor.
What up, Slackers?
5 locales, got Med Center, got St. Mary's, got NACCO, got Thousand Oaks, and we got the North Star Mall location over on Rector. If you're looking for a cool place to sit down tonight for Monday Night Football, maybe, or just to tie one on to start the work week, I can scarcely think of a better place to go. Tie one on after work today or anytime. They're open. It is Slackers Sports Drinks and Games, the official studio sponsor. In the building, Slackers.
Slackers presents Booze Fest November 9th.
Booze Fest November 9th.
Booze Fest, baby.
yourself a note
I'm
of
looking
that.
at Neutral, St. Arnold, Two Shot, Pacifico, Pint House, Carbach, JMO, Tito, Funny Water, Austin Eastsiders, Modelo, and White Claw.
Keep it coming.
Booze Fest is going to be a movie. Stay tuned for more details.
Yeah.
Just remember that name, Booze Fest.
Booze Fest. Very good. Ice 210's in here.
What happened?
The Taylor curse got me over
What?
the weekend. I'm making fajitas for the fam, and a piece of raw, uncooked chicken landed on my foot. A small piece, but it still got me. Okay. You have to eat the uncooked chicken.
No, you don't eat the uncooked chicken.
No,
Why
I
are you
know.
telling them that?
In order to have the true curse.
Oh, got you.
It hit him in the foot. I wonder if it was hot, though. Can't eat raw chicken, playa. Oh, he's just talking about old bullshit I've said before. I'm excited to be back in the mornings, and people don't want to know. So, is this an off-air discussion?
Yes.
It's okay. We have members only coming up. No, we can't always do the same time every day because we all three have all this stuff going on.
We'll promote. We'll give them heads up on the time, but
Just watch.
we'll be consistent. It just maybe the times will be a little bit different.
Right.
But
You'll get shows every day.
like perfect example, tomorrow is a 9:30 show at night.
Correct.
Wednesday, a morning show.
Right. If people would donate money, if people would if we just didn't have Isaac III only giving us money
No shit.
and tipping us, maybe
Just
we
the
could go
tip.
do other things. No, just the tip, not
Just
the whole
tip.
thing.
We don't
Yeah,
want
it
the
feels
whole thing.
better.
Yeah.
I'm not built for the whole thing.
No.
I just need the tip.
neither.
I'm talking about being rich. What are you talking about?
Me too.
I don't want to get super rich. I don't think I'd handle it.
No, I just want enough to be able to do what I want to do.
Okay. We're not talking about penises.
No, hell no. That's gross. Yes, you're right, Billy Morgan. Prime does have the Buffs Bowl eligible.
Oh, okay. Let's get some love for Dion.
Jesus ain't in here. Jesus was killing them. Jesus was in here killing the Buffs early on in the season. Can't find him now. We ain't hard to find. And Travis Hunter's the best. He's the best player in the country. I don't even know what we're talking about. But Shador, he ain't in the Heisman. Oh, that's right, because he's my son. Y'all know what we're talking about. We ain't hard to find. Buffaloes, we here. We ain't going nowhere.
Is he still keeping receipts?
And we keeping all the receipts. Did $5 million. We just did $5 million in revenue. But y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all want to talk about when we down and bad. We ain't hard to find.
LG, have you noticed that when Rudy's rolling, he gets real cocky and drinks his water from the side? He side slurps. I think that's so. No, I know when you've made it. That's like your That's your exclamation on a really nice point, because you'll stop and you'll grab water and you'll drink it on the side.
On the side?
It's kind of like shooting a gun sideways with your hand cocked to the side.
Menace to society ruined people forever.
You can't
you
aim
don't
doing
shoot
that.
like that. Like anybody
That's why you
with
got
guns,
water on your beard just now. You're not supposed to shoot like that.
You don't shoot like this. That was damn O-Dog had people thinking that you could shoot at people like that.
Mine's always been, they could take a big sniff.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah, it is.
You bet your ass I was right about the Cowboys sucking. I do the big sniff. I do it naturally, though.
Yeah.
21 for Life's now starting a Rudy voice list.
What's that?
Very good.
Oh, Dion?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's obsessed with us, and he has a list on his phone this long of all the voices I've done over the
He
years.
added Jimbo.
He just did
Jimbo.
Jimbo. Have you noticed that I disappeared? I'm not out there running for I'm not out there campaigning no more. I'm not one of them fast talking politicians. I'm hiding. Took my $75 million and went to Tahiti.
I hate
Don't
Jimbo
tell him where
for
he's at. God. Drinking from the side is similar to Taylor's confident slurp.
He does do a slurp, a confident slurp. If he does a long slurp, something good happened.
Yeah. Hey, man. It is what it is. All right, let's
So
get
we're gonna
ready
do
for
members?
They've got members.
Why not?
Y'all have members. All right. I've got some show and tell from members today. Got a bunch of art that I brought that, because, I was watching our show this morning from last night. I love our setup, but, we time to time should switch it up a little
Switch
bit.
it up.
Yeah. Depending on what's going on, Anyway, we still haven't moved into my apartment all the way, as you can tell when you come over. I've got all this shit that I need to put
I don't even
somewhere.
pay attention. I just come and do the show. I'm not like inspecting your house.
See.
Careful.
So I've got
Careful what junk you bring over here.
I know. I don't want to clutter up the scene, which is I'm going to present some. I don't even know what's in this.
I've already you should see all the shit I've had to get rid of that's supposed to go in.
Matter of fact, I need to.
I got a bunch of art in here. I honestly don't even know what's in. I've got like 5 of these like this. There's just shit all in them.
Who gave it to you?
It's
Let's
just
talk
stuff
about
I've
it in
collected.
members.
I've collected. I'm gonna pull it out. Hopefully, it's not a
Whoa.
naked picture. I'm gonna pull all the art out of this thing, and we'll shoot the shit. Members only's coming up next,
I'm
y'all.
gonna
What,
hit the
15 minutes,
cigar.
LG? Do I have time to go get a taco or not?
11:30.
11:30.
11:30.
All right, 11:30. Members only. Love y'all hard. See you in 28 minutes.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.